anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin the NHL draft. And the Flyers have the #1 overall pick. As you said, Columbus picks 2, Chicago 3, are on the clock at 4, and the clock is ticking, but I want to say, okay, we pick at 20, so we got the 20th pick. Not as bad. I figured we had like maybe 24 or 27. And with the first pick in the NHL draft, the Philadelphia Flyers will proudly select Shane Wright. And there we go. The Flyers have selected Shane Wright, #1 overall in the NHL draft. All right, let's go ahead and see what Columbus does here with the 2nd overall pick. They will take 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 with the 2nd overall pick. So Boris Sherikov, or whatever that guy's name was, he is falling, much like Shane Wright did in real life. So Chicago has the 3rd pick, and they will select Boris Sherikov with the 3rd overall selection. So now the question is, do we take �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 or 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏 with the 4th overall selection, or do we go with Logan Cooley, Savoie, Lambert, Slafkovsky? It's tough, man. It's hard to pass up on any of these guys to take �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 or 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. See, I would normally take Logan Cooley, but I always take Logan Cooley in all the drafts I do, either him or Slafkovsky. So for a change of pace, I would take Savoie. I have selected Savoie before while playing with the Flyers. I haven't picked Brad Lambert, but we don't really need Lambert. We do have centermen, and we do have quite a few, or actually a lot, of right wingers. If anything, I would be open to taking Slafkovsky because he's a left winger, and we do need a lot of depth on the left wing. Kind of want to trade back a few picks, but I don't want anyone to take �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 or 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So this is the tough part. Do we trust the rankings and see if we trade back, if �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will fall to us, or do we just go ahead and take �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 now? Let's see. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. We're gonna go ahead and take �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 here with the 4th pick. It's like I said, it's hard to pass up on Savoie, Lambert, and Slafkovsky, but we really needed to get ourselves a right defenseman, and now we have it with �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is the 4th overall pick for the Flyers. I've been calling him Shane �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I think I have been. Simon �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, our 4th pick. All right, so now we don't pick again until pick 20. We could possibly trade up from 20, maybe get a pick somewhere in the teens. Let's just go ahead and see how the rest of this draft plays out for a couple picks. Dallas will take Savoie at #5. So we got Logan Cooley, Slafkovsky still on the board. We'll see if Arizona takes Logan Cooley here. They will. And Seattle, Slafkovsky possibly? No, they will take Lambert. And the Devils will take Slafkovsky. All right, so Slafkovsky goes to the Devils. Logan Cooley goes to the Coyotes. Lambert to Seattle. Savoie to Dallas. And let's see what Buffalo does here with their pick. Buffalo will take 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay, so quite possibly we could have maybe traded back with Buffalo or the Devils, but who knows? They could have taken �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with any one of those picks. So I think we did the right thing. We took Shane Wright #1 overall, which was the obvious choice. And I think we made the right choice at 4, taking �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Let's see what Detroit does here. They will take Kemmel with the 10th overall pick. Islanders on the clock. They will take Bjorn, 11th overall. Zacharias will go to LA with the 12th overall pick. And Montreal, let's see what the Canadians do. They'll take Chung, just 69 overall, top 6. Bartowski was 81 overall. Sherikov was 82. Shane Wright was 80 overall. �𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 72. Savoie 74. Cooley 74. Lambert's a 68 overall. Slafkovsky's a 72. 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was a 70. Let's go ahead and sim the pick for Ottawa. They will take Nazar. Vegas will take Turkosov. The 16th pick, Calgary will take 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Pittsburgh is on the clock with 17. And they will take Uriov. Columbus on the clock with the 18th pick. They will take Kovalev. San Jose will take Matechuk, the defenseman, at 19. All right, so the Flyers are on the clock yet again. the third pick here in the first round, 20th overall. Let's go ahead and make a trade. Let's make a trade with Arizona. We got 2 minutes left to pull off a trade here. We're gonna trade back. So we'll offer them the 20th pick, and let's see if they will throw in an additional pick to move up. Let's see if we can get a 4th and a 5th from them. Or actually, yeah, they probably will not give us a 2nd to move up. Not 5 spots. This is probably asking too much anyways. Yeah, rejected. Let's take off the 5th here. All right, so we traded back 5 spots with the Coyotes, and we get an additional 4th round pick, I believe it was, in that trade. So let's see what Arizona does. They'll take Connor Geekie. Boston will take 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Winnipeg, they will take Casey, the Devils. So it's the Devils and the Buffalo who are next. Miroshnichenko goes to the Devils. 62 overall. All right, so that's probably the guy I would have selected if I would have stayed there, since we do need depth at left wing. All right, so the 25th pick. Do we possibly trade back even more? Or do we just select 𝗀𝗄𝗃 here? Casper's also available. Dang, we have 27 million in cap space. Holy hell. That is crazy. All right, let's see here. Could just keep trading back. We have the 40th pick in the 2nd round. So what, we'll be picking 9th, I believe. 9th pick in the 2nd round. See if we can trade back 3 spots and just get back a 5th for this. All right, so we are even bringing in even more draft picks that we're probably not going to use. Technically, if anything, I'm just going to trade these picks for future draft picks. But let's see what Toronto does here. They will select Casper. All right. He was that 59 overall? Yeah, he was 59 overall. Wow. Okay, Coolidge goes to Dallas. Edmonton will select Nazar. And I think we're just going to go ahead and make our selection here. Could select 𝗀𝗄𝗃. Howard is also there. I still think selecting 𝗀𝗄𝗃 at this point would be a reach. That would be a pretty big reach for us here. We have the 8th pick. All right, so yeah, let's just go ahead and try to get the 1st pick from Arizona. We'll give them our 8th selection here, and we'll see if they will throw in possibly a 2nd. All right, so they won't give us 2 seconds. They have a lot of 2nd round picks. Holy hell. Maybe a 3rd. Will you guys give us a 3rd? No. Maybe we can give them more draft capital back. We don't really have a lot to offer them though, aside from like the late round picks. So 28th, a 4th, and a 7th for a 2 and a 3. Also rejected. All right, so let's just go ahead and instead of getting a pick this year, let's just go ahead and get like a 4th rounder next year. Maybe we can try to get a little extra, get greedy with it. We have a minute 15 left. How about a 4th and a 6th? Rejected. All right, maybe the 6th was too much. 4th was too much. Oh my God. All right, we got a minute 10 left to pull off a trade here. How about just a... How about a 5th? If not a 4th and not a 6th, how about a 5th? Also rejected. See, I don't want to just trade back for the sake of it. I would like to get something in return. How about just, I think I already did this, right? Yeah, I already asked for a 6th. Wait, no, I didn't. Okay. All right, so we'll trade back from 28. We'll get the 1st pick in the 2nd round. We'll get an additional 6th round pick as well. All right, they'll take Östlund with the 28th pick. St. Louis at 29 will select McGrody. Washington at the 30th pick will select Rudinen. All right, so now it's just Tampa Bay and Minnesota ahead of us. See what Tampa Bay does. They will select Hughes. And Minnesota, with the last pick in the 1st round, will select the anticipation. Stanley Cup champions will select Howard with the last pick in the 1st round. All right. So here we are yet again on the clock. 2nd round. And instead of just waiting around, we're just going to do it. He's the 5th guy on the board right now. So with the 1st pick in the 2nd round, 33rd overall, we're going to go ahead and select 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, make it official. 58 overall power forward. Like I said, if I was to do this before the draft, I don't think I maybe would have selected 𝗀𝗏𝗃, probably though. But let's see what Chicago does here. Chicago will say Mittenoff. Coyotes will select Ogren. Got Dallas taking Yaskin. Montreal on the clock at 5th. Take Odalis. Montreal's back-to-back picks here. 5th and 6th will take Samuelsson with the 6th pick. And the New Jersey Devils. The Devils will select 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗆 with the 7th overall pick. And at the 8th pick here, where could we go? So far we selected Shane Wright, Nemec, and Cutter Gauthier with our picks. We have a lot of defensemen to choose from here. And for left wingers, not a whole lot. We have Safronov here. Butsev, we got Luno, Beck, Lorenz. So I think with our second pick here in the second round, I think we'll go with Ryan Chesley. He was selected by the Capitals, I believe. 37th overall. So it's about matches up right. So there we go. We're going to be taking Ryan Chesley, a defensive defenseman, top 4 potential. All right, so while we are off the clock, let's go ahead and try to find a trade for Tony DeAngelo. 3rd and a 4th, rejected. A 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th. And let's see, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th. Maybe we can give them like one of our younger prospects who we're not really going to be using, maybe. They want all NHL ready guys right here. Let's see if they'll stay JVR. Again, we've offered him before, but with a 3rd, 4th, and a 5th, this is massive overpay. They don't want to do that. They're making it truly difficult to get this done. We might honestly just say screw it and not get Tony DeAngelo at this rate. Future picks. All right, we're gonna do something very stupid here. And we'll offer them a 1st round pick, not next year, but the year after that. So, and 24 1st round pick, along with a 23 3rd and a 4th and a 5th in this year's draft for Tony DeAngelo. They still will not accept it. Yikes. They do not want to give up Tony DeAngelo at all. They're just not interested. Schultz goes to Arizona. Perry goes to LA. Might as well just send to our next pick at this rate. We'll just go ahead and simulate to the 3rd round. 1st pick here in the 3rd round. No, let's just go ahead and select Nathan Gauthier with our 1st pick here in the 3rd round. It's a power forward, top 9 potential, 58 overall. Carolina, the team that just will not trade with us, they will select Sutter. All right, so instead we're gonna go ahead and offer one of our top defensive prospects in Andre Olofsson, who they probably won't want at $3 million. 2 4s and a 5 for DeAngelo. They still reject it. We'll take Olofsson off this, and we'll see if they'll take our firsts. Our 1st in 2024, also rejected. Let's take off the 5th. And we might have to do some gross overpayments to make this trade happen. 2 firsts, 1 in 24, 1 in 26. 4th, 2 4th round picks along with Andre. And the trade is finally accepted. We have finally acquired Tony DeAngelo from the Hurricanes. After all this time, it took trading 2 4th round picks, 2 1st round picks, one of our defensive prospects in Eric Andre. But the deal has finally been done. We have acquired DeAngelo from the Hurricanes. Now I can move on with my life. Incoming trade offer from the Devils. They're offering us a 5th round pick and a 7th round pick next year for a 5th round pick. Trading back quite a few spots here, but let's just go ahead and accept it. I'm absolutely fine with that. So we have the 14th pick in the 5th round. And I wonder if any of the other Flyers draft picks, I actually completely forgot about that until now, but I wonder if any of the other Flyers draft picks that we made are left in this draft class. So I'm going to go ahead and call a timeout, and I'm going to go ahead and look through just to see if we have like Devin Kaplan, Alex Bump, Hunter McDonald, any of those guys left here. All right, so it looks like none of our draft picks from the actual draft are available here. They're all selected or they weren't here to begin with. All right, so with our 142nd pick, could probably go with Tucker Robertson here. 𝗂𝗵𝗃 is also on the board. We are taking a lot of defensemen, but I think we're gonna go ahead and select 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗆 with this next pick, or Angus Booth. See, Booth is 4 years away. Same with 𝗂𝗵𝗃 is also 4 years away. Age shooting. It's like 𝗂𝗵𝗃 has the better grades. It's a heavy slap shot, a hard wrist shot, offensive instincts. And it looks like Booth is more the defensive defenseman. His passing ability as well. Let's just go ahead and select 𝗂𝗵𝗃 here. All right. I was AFK for about the last 20 minutes. So I went ahead and traded my 5th round pick. Because we already selected 𝗂𝗵𝗃. We had another late round pick. Went ahead and traded that. Yeah, it was the 28th pick. I traded that to Anaheim for a pick next year. And I let the draft just go along, and we went ahead and selected Burmistrov with our 6th round pick. That was automated. I did not make that selection, or else I probably would have took Brennan there. But yeah, this video is already a full feature-length film, so we're just gonna go ahead and zoom past this draft. Go ahead and sim to our next pick. Oh, I really wanted to get 𝗁𝗁 there. Jeez, I forgot all about 𝗁𝗁. He was one of the main guys I wanted to draft. That stuff. All right, with our next pick, we're gonna go ahead and select Mauricio Hainsey from the USA. Sucks, I really wanted to get 𝗁𝗁. Dang, Hainsey's a 50 overall, 𝗁𝗁 is a 66. I might actually try to trade for 𝗁𝗁 after the draft, if possible. All right, Carolina takes 𝗂𝗍. We have one more pick here, I believe. The 6th round, yeah, one more pick. And we have a boatload of 7th round picks. We have quite a few picks in the 7th round. We'll go ahead and trade a 6th and a 7th. We're trading one of our back-to-back picks there in the 7th round. See if anyone is interested here. 𝗂𝗍 from Carolina in a 7th round pick. Sam Gagner in the 7th. Looks like Greenway in the 7th round pick. PK Subban at 9 million. Honestly, Greenway wouldn't. We're just gonna go ahead and do this deal here. 6th and 7th, we'll get Greenway back in the 7th round pick. All right, so now Greenway is officially a Flyer. And so we'll select Smith-Pelly with their pick. We'll go ahead and simulate to our next pick, which should be the 1st pick in the 7th round. And I think I'm gonna go with Sam Oliver, if he's not too far down the board. All right, so Sam Oliver is pretty far down the board here. Probably too early to pick him with our 1st pick here in the 7th round. He is really far down the board, yeah. Or what I could do, it is the 7th round. You could just go ahead and select some of the guys I pinned. I do like Zach Stringer, 𝗰𝗵𝗆. That was the goaltender that I wanted to pick up, was 𝗰𝗵𝗆. We got Zhamnov, Oliver, Reinhart, Nordstrom, Bennett, Deigel, Baggio, Kuiper. We're just gonna go ahead and select Zhamnov here. He's the highest guy left on our board. We could possibly pick up another pick here. We have 2 more picks. And I think I'm going to, actually. I know I just traded away one of my picks, but let's go ahead and see if we can pick up another 7th rounder. Just so I can get the guys that, or some of the guys I have pinned here. Yeah, why not? We'll give them a 7th next year for a 7th this year. They'll accept that. Now let's see what Chicago picks. They have back-to-back picks here in the 7th round. They'll select Spooner, the goaltender, and Bykov, the center. Go ahead and send to our next pick, and let's see who went. None of the guys I wanted were selected. That's good. I don't think any of the guys that I have scouted here are actually going to go. They might all be undrafted. Or you could select Reynolds. Peter Reynolds. Let's take a look and compare these guys here. 16 goals, 18 assists. Peter Reynolds played in like 20 more games. And yeah, no report on this guy. So it's pretty much a crapshoot. I think maybe Peter Reynolds might be the pick to go with. He had better stats anyways, so we'll go ahead and select him. He's 61 overall. So we acquired the 7th round pick from Colorado in exchange for a 7th next year. And yeah, we're gonna end up with a lot of rookies here. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and select the guys that we have remaining. Scouted Letton's still there. Honestly, I might pass on Stringer and select Oliver here. We're gonna go ahead and select Sam Oliver. See if Stringer gets picked here. All right, so Letton goes to Pittsburgh, our divisional rival. Swan goes to Ottawa. Ottawa with their next pick, we'll take Maloney, Nashville. We'll select Loshine. All right, let's go ahead and select 𝗵𝗵 𝗠𝗬. All right, so we selected 𝗵𝗵, the goaltender. He's a 53 overall AHL starter. And with our next pick, I believe we have one more pick after this. Maybe this is our last pick. I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna go ahead and select Nicholas Ďagel, 5'9", 185 or 165, 57 overall playmaker, AHL top 6 forward. And yeah, that is our last pick, unless we want to make another trade. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the 28th from Edmonton. Make one last pick in this draft and then wrap it up. All right, we've now acquired the 27th pick in the draft. We went ahead and sent them a 7th round pick in, I think, the 2024 draft. Not the one after, but the next draft after that. Tampa Bay will select Radulov, and now with our final pick in the NHL draft. And here is our draft summary. 14 picks in all. We selected Shane Wright, #1 overall. We selected Nemec with the 4th pick. 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏 with the 33rd pick. Ryan Chesley with the 40th pick. Yeah, overall, I think a pretty strong draft class. We have a lot of prospects now. Of course, not all these guys are going to be in the NHL, but overall, I feel like we had a really good draft. All right, so that's going to be it for the NHL draft. Our next step will be the re-sign phase, and then it will be free agency.